welcome back to the Soulrocker podcast. And today's episode, we have the next guest, which is the one and only DJ RickMonsta. I had to throw that in there, guys. This special guest is not only one of the top current DJs here in Rockford, but he is also somebody who's a lot more closer to me, which we get into it in the very beginning of the episode. And he's a very inspiring individual and humble, and he's also just really providing more than just music and DJing into the city. He's also providing a lot of other content and, you know, really kind of trying to bring Rockford together and having a different feel to it. I would like to not further delay this episode, and let's get right into it. So my next guest is Ricky.
Yo.
RickMonsta.
How you doing?
What's up?
How's it going?
Thank you for being a part of the show.
I appreciate you asking me to come on. I'm going to be asking you questions too.
Oh, shit.
I'm a podcaster too, so I'm going to be asking the same questions back at you.
All right, bet.
Because I feel like people don't ask you. You just ask them, but they don't. The conversation is two.
It should, yeah.
So
yeah.
I listened to a couple of your episodes, but the conversation should go both ways.
It should, yeah.
And sometimes people don't, they're not used to that. They're not,
Yep.
To keep the conversation going, it's just like, let's bullshit.
Especially with you and I, because that's actually how I want to start it, because I want to share a little bit of our connection.
Okay.
And how we're related. So your mom and my dad are married and they've been together for many years.
Long time, yeah.
And how old were you when he came into your life?
How old was I might have been like 5, maybe.
5? Shit.
I was living in Belvedere at the time.
Really?
So we used to live in Belvedere. I wasn't born in Belvedere because I don't think there was a hospital over there, but we lived in Belvedere, I believe, yeah.
And then you guys...
How old are you? You're 1 year younger than me?
I am.
You're from... I'm not going to state your age, but
Oh,
you're
I
young.
don't care.
Okay. You're from 88?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So because I really haven't had, a relationship with my dad until the last couple of years, he's been in and out of my life, I really never got to have much of a relationship with you guys. Until the last couple of years. And really, I remember, for me, my like more main recollection of you guys being in, like, just not getting to know you a little bit is when I started going out.
Oh, really? Okay.
And that was when I was like 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
And I would just kind of see you guys around.
We would run into each other, had parties or whatever.
Yeah.
My first recollection of you, literally, is you on our doorstep with a dress on and a bag of McDonald's. That's how I remember.
Yeah, and I do remember that.
I think we were chilling in the back room, all playing, chilling, and we were just talking to you, asking you questions. Did you have like a bowl?
Yeah, like a, what is it called? I don't know what's it called, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
That's
a bob, that's what it's called? Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody who had bobs back in the 90s, you know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, I remember that, but like really, kind of seeing around like, hey, what's up, whatever. That was more so when I started to go out.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I, even till this day, I get, because I'm starting to now, I'm actually gotten to the point where I don't even tell people, like, oh, that's my stepbrother. Like, I just say that's my brother. Because you've been, I mean, even though we haven't had the close relationship, it's just like, technically we've been
fam for a long time already.
Yeah. But till this day, and even from back then, 3 of the things that always would pop up when I would mention your name, because you're, like, well-known everywhere.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
People always knew. Anytime I mentioned your name, people always knew who you were. But it was either the DJ. Mm-hmm. People know you as the breakdancer.
Oh, yeah. That was back in the day, too, yeah.
Or the party person who has this group of friends.
Okay.
That everybody knows.
That we all party. Yeah. I mean, that's dope. I've always been a party person. I've always, since I was young, and you've seen it, like my family, we would throw parties. Like, you've been with us to Texas and stuff.
Yeah.
So you know how my family gets down, like party wise. I've always been into that, you know what I'm saying? I've always been into music.
Yeah.
And my earliest recollections of music would be from being with my grandma and grandpa and our family parties and having mariachis and Mexican music, and like that's always been a thing in my life.
Yeah.
So that's where
You got that from?
Yeah. My mom likes to party too. So.
But that's on your mom's side more than.
That's my mom's side. My dad's side too. They like to party and kick it too. They definitely get groups and mariachis and all that. I on both sides, but it's I really think I got it more from my mom's side just because a lot of them are singers, like they could sing. A lot of them like dance. So it's like I really got it from. I think I really got it from that side. My grandfather was a drummer. He was a poet.
Oh wow!
And my grandma would sing too. So I know I really got it from them.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like that was obviously kind of like your first love or whatever. Like that's how but you started breakdancing before you started DJing.
DJing, yeah. So. Right. I guess you could say the DJing really came from the breakdancing, the b-boying aspect. Like in 1998, 99. I wanted to learn in 98, but I just never learned. But I found out what it was like in 98, 99. And 99, the one time we went to Mexico, I went with my dad, and I learned how to do the worm, you know what I'm saying, on the floor. And I came back. It was 99 to 2000. It was like December of 99. And I came back a couple days after in the year 2000 back home, to the U.S. And I went up to my brother, Rob, I know how to breakdance. Oh, what the fuck? And then I started doing the worm in the kitchen. You know what I mean? And that was my first everything. And that's where me and Rob just took off from there.
Yeah.
Because Rob, Rob is my brother, and he was really good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the core of it all. Like I started breakdancing, and then I learned about the music, and then I just the culture of everything, going to breakdance competitions and entering battling, and just like getting to know a bunch of people from outside of Rockford. And
okay, so that was one of my questions. Then is like what kind of like battles, or did you do any traveling while you were doing?
Yeah. We all would go. Me and my crew, Midwest Monsters. Shout out to everybody from the Midwest Monsters. They used to, they all want to dance, but life happens, whatever. Shout out to RickMonsta. He's still holding it down.
Yeah.
I would assume he's gonna be on this podcast too one day. So shout out to him.
Yeah, he is.
We all would get together. There would be there was like 8 of us or something, and then we would all travel to Chicago, Madison, Milwaukee, and sometimes a little bit farther than that. Cincinnati, Ohio, and
wow.
Michigan, places like that.
And it was just like battling against other crews.
Yeah. We would enter battles, and we would usually lose in the first round, but you know what I'm saying? But it was good time. I love it.
It was good times.
Yeah, it was dope. It was like the music was loud as hell, bumping, and that's where I learned all the culture from, as far as like what real hip hop is. You know what I mean? That's one, you know what I'm saying? That's one aspect of my life that's like the real underground hip hop stuff. That's one thing that got me into DJing. Another thing that got me into DJing was the Chicago, like my family's from Chicago from my dad's side. So they were also DJs. Like I had 2 cousins that were DJs. In
older.
the 80s, 90s, back in the day.
Yeah.
So, in Chicago and during those times, what was prevalent was house music. So house music was something that I learned to love through them. My dad went to prison from 1989 to 95. And when he got out of jail, he finally took us to Chicago to meet my family in Chicago. And that's where the house music came into play, like the music. And I didn't know what it was. I just heard it. I'm like, what is this? And everybody's going crazy and dancing. I'm like, man, this is 1995. I'm just like in awe of the music.
Yeah.
So when I went to look for this music, all I said to like Media Play. I went to Media Play and asked them, I'm looking for this music where the beat keeps going like the same thing. And they're like, what the hell is that? And I remember some of the cassettes that they had were like different colors. So I went to Media Play and was just looking for like tapes that had different colors on it. And the one song that I remember specifically was The Percolator. That's the song that I remember, and it stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So I was looking for the song Percolator. They were looking at the computer. They were like, I don't know, this isn't a song that we have in anywhere here. Damn. So they finally, my family finally took me to 26th Street to La Vita, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's where we found all the tapes, all the cassettes.
Damn, they had them there?
Yeah, all of them. Everything we
wanted.
Yeah.
It was there.
Freestyle music, house music, all that stuff, yeah. So that was back in 95.
I went there to get bandas, banda shit.
Yeah. Now, we was like, I like banda music now. But when we were younger, we were like the type of kids, my family put it on. We'll be hiding, you know what I'm saying? Like hiding in the truck and stuff in the car. Like we didn't want nobody to know that we, you know.
You listen to that.
We were embarrassed by it. And now I'm out here throwing bailes and getting bandas in my house and blah, blah, blah.
Loud as hell.
Loud as hell. Crazy.
So when you're talking about the dates, then it makes me, it was before, but the Quebradita era.
Okay. Yeah, that was not in the 90s was definitely
I mean, it was Quebradita, but like remember here when they started to get popular with the groups and everything.
Yeah. Shout out to Buddha because Buddha dancing.
But you never were a part of that, were you?
No. I never got into that. I thought it was mad corny to me, to be honest with you. I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who did it, man. And I like the music. Don't get me wrong. I still play some of that stuff.
But you were like, that's not for me.
That wasn't for me.
It's not for me.
Quebradita. If you think about quebrar, means break.
Yeah.
And then so
you were doing that too.
Breakdancing, but I was over here on the other side. There was quebrando over here on the other side.
Yeah.
I always thought about it. It was pretty funny.
I never thought of it like that.
I always respected like the 90s versions. Like the 90s
that was
shit.
Different.
I always respected, and even you know how some videos come on, random videos show up where people dancing back in the day and twirling
to the Banda Macho song.
I love that. I love Banda Machos for real. I bump some Banda Machos.
It did get carried away with the whole Quebradita cruise
like the
and
newer
everything.
stuff.
Yeah. It got a little carried away because I was a part of that.
I used to make fun of Buddha because I was like, man, you wearing them assless chaps or what? Because I think his sister made up some chaps or whatever. But I was like, man, assless chaps, bro. You wear them when we're not around.
That's hilarious.
Nah, it's fine.
Back when you guys were doing breakdancing here, though, were there any other crews that were doing it, or it was just you guys?
We had a rivalry, I guess you could say, with a certain crew, but that was like early on. We would like there was like 3 crews. I want to say. Okay. So early on, before I met Vic and all and Buddha and all them, it was me and my boys, and then it was Vic and his crew, and I want to say there's another kid named Ricardo Senna and his crew, and then another dude named David Malesio and his crew. So there was like and we were from the west side, so we were kind of like the west side crew, and everybody else was the south side crew and east whatever. But we would battle like at Rock and Bowl. You know what I'm saying? You know that people don't remember that Rock and Bowl was like a bowling alley, but on Friday nights they turned into
I remember
like
that.
You know, you never went. You were probably too young for that. It was like 2001, 2002.
I was just not into that really, so I didn't go.
Yeah, that was literally 14, 15 years old maybe when that was going on.
See, I was going, but I was going more to like I think I was a little bit younger when I was going roller skating and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it was like Skateco and whatever.
Oh yeah, Skateco.
Yeah.
We would do that at rec nights. You know what I'm saying? Middle school. In middle school, that's where it all started.
Yeah.
And then later on, I linked up with on the dancing tip. We linked up with Vic and Buddha and a couple other guys, and we just kind of formed a super crew, I guess you could. Not a super crew, but just one crew and our crew, and we just
more of just one official group.
Yeah.
Crew.
Yep. That's when, and that was 2004. That's when Midwest Monsters were born. That's the name of our breakdance group.
Yeah, and I do remember that.
Yeah. So that's where my name comes from. RickMonsta.
RickMonsta.
From them. Because there was a crew in Chicago called the Brickheads, and one of the dudes' names was Shorty, but they call him Shorty Brick after his crew. So we just took the name. I'm RickMonsta. My brother's Rob Monsta.
Yep.
Vic is Vic Monsta.
I always wondered, I'm like, where'd you get that from? But now I see.
That's where we got it. That's where we
interesting
added it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I got that name from.
Right. And then, so you kind of mentioned a little bit about like how what about DJing, but I guess when did you kind of really start to say like, okay, I'm gonna buy or I'm gonna do something?
Okay, so since my cousins were DJs in Chicago and they would tell me their stories, like I always told my dad, hey dad, buy me some turntables. I want to be a DJ. I want to be a DJ. Ever since I was like young, dude, like 10,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a DJ. He's like, yeah, I got you. But, years pass and nothing happened and blah, blah, blah. And so seeing all these DJs at, like, the breakdance competitions, and then one major person that to this day is an inspiration to me was your uncle, Vic, DJ Acid Vic.
Yep.
So I would hire him to do parties. Like I said, I've always thrown parties.
Yeah.
Since I was 16, 17 years old. Even younger, I've had DJs at parties since I was like 13. I have videos of it. But when I was old enough to throw my own parties, like with my own money and hire people, DJs, I would always hire Vic. And it was like from one day to the next type thing. And I would hit him up, maybe sometimes even the day of, hey, Vic, I'm having a party. Can I hire you? Are you DJing?
Wow. I didn't know that.
He said, no, I'm not DJing. I was like, all right, how much? And he'd tell me a price.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it was like $300, $350. And yeah, he would come with his speaker and his DJ equipment, and I would throw up big ass house parties.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how. And then like just watching him scratching and doing his thing, and I've always wanted to do it. And I was tired of paying $350. Nah, it's split. But yeah, eventually I started working where my dad worked at, where I still work at to this day.
Okay.
And I started getting checks, whatever, and I was like, man, I'm gonna buy some. Because RickMonsta already had equipment. It wasn't the best equipment or anything like that, and neither was the stuff that I bought when I first started.
Yeah.
But I bought 2 turntables and a mixer, and Vic went with me that day. So I brought it to my dad's house, right? But I snuck it in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I got there before he did, and I snuck it in. I put it in the room, in my room, and set up like house speakers, you know what I'm saying? And and a house system, you know what I'm saying? Them old school systems with the And like I connected everything, and actually no, I didn't have speakers yet. So later on that day, I think my pops went in my room, and then he seen all the equipment, and he's like, what you do, blah, blah, blah. You know how parents are always like, they don't want you spending money on things, you know what I'm saying?
That they don't think that it's going to be useful.
Yeah. So he was like mad as hell, and then he didn't talk to me. And the next day in the morning, he came in my room. He's like, hey, okay, so what do you need to make it go loud? I'm like, speakers? We already have house speakers downstairs. I just need an amplifier. He's like, okay, let's go find one. I'm like, okay, man. What? And that's where it was.
Wow.
He got me my little equipment to start off just at the house. And, that's how it started.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So then it sounds like my uncle, DJ Asa, was like a huge mentor influence for you.
Yeah, definitely influence for sure. When we were kids growing up, like I said, we would go to breakdancing, but like back in the day was like quinceañeras and shit, like locally. Mm-hmm. We would go to quinceañeras, and once the house music started, then we knew it was on. Mm-hmm. I got actually, you see that picture right there? I don't know. And that picture right there is at a quinceañera, and I'm popping breakdancing. I have a bunch of pictures of that day because that night, so I don't know who was playing. I think it was actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was RickMonsta's family Grupo Galaxia. They used to have a grupo, and during the breaks they would throw on.
I remember that, but I didn't know that was his.
Yeah, that's his dad's and his brother's group. And then during the breaks they would play like CDs and stuff of house music and stuff, and they might have been playing that night. And so we're all there breakdancing, popping, whatever. And that's what we used to do: go to quinceañeras and break.
What was your first gig, and how was that experience?
My first DJ gig?
Yeah. And did you get paid? Probably, but...
Yeah, I did. Because before I had, like, the program is called Serato.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we had all that, like, I had none but records, like vinyl records. So I played turntables with vinyl.
Oh, you actually did that too?
Oh, yeah. Right before the computer thing,
Yeah. Okay.
But I wasn't very good with just straight vinyl, you know what I'm saying? I really, just because vinyl skips, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't have your shit and a legit needle and all that, like, it jumps and skips and pops, and so it's really hard, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, I didn't know that.
But once I got Serato, then the whole game changed for me. I got good, if that, you know what I'm saying? If I was decent. But my first gig, It was at a house party. I took all my boys with me. They moved speakers and all that stuff for me to the basement. I brought my turntables and everything. And yeah, that was my first gig. Did it go good? I don't know. It might have. I do remember, like, reggaeton was, like, still popping at the time. It was, like, 09, 08. Mm-hmm. It was, like, 08 when I did this party. So I remember bringing, because you could only play what you have. Like, it's not like Serato where you have thousands of songs in there. You know what I'm saying? You could only play what you have on vinyl.
Yeah.
And I didn't have, a million songs. The shit's heavy after a while with a vinyl. But I brought a DVD player, and so sometimes I would just slip in a CD in the DVD player and
connect it.
You could still hear the sound from whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then connect it and play songs through there and play songs through on my records and blah, blah, blah. Wasn't
vinyl, like, it was vinyl, and then didn't it go to, like, a system where you put your CDs in, like, this?
Yeah, CDJs, those little black ones right there on the left side. Yeah, and those are CDJs.
So that's still, like,
those
a thing?
Those are your uncles, actually.
So those are still a thing?
Yeah, but it's not they don't do CDs anymore.
Because I remember my uncle, like, he did the vinyl, I remember from a kid, and then he went to those. Yeah. And he would carry, like, this big old case of, like, CDs.
Yep, and just flip it through them. And, Yep.
And then they went to
those still take CDs, but they also take the new ones don't take CDs. They just take an SD card or just like a flash drive.
Okay.
Or you can connect it to the computer just like how we do it. Like nobody does CDs anymore. They don't even make it with the CD thing anymore. Yeah.
Like
those are one of the last ones. It's like 2009.
Wow.
I think when them turntables.
That's a classic.
CDJs came out. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, did you ever, I mean, it sounds like you had, like, that was something that you wanted to do, but did you ever actually see yourself like, yeah, I'm going to do it, or to see yourself where you are today with your DJing?
I don't know. You know what? It's just one of the things where it's an imagination. Like, you want to see yourself on a stage one day and playing for a big crowd. And I've done it. I've done that. But did I think that was going to happen, like, back then when I was thinking about it?
Yeah.
I imagined it, but I didn't know if it would have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I didn't start going hard on DJing because when I was younger, like you said, like I'm known to party. You know what I'm saying? I like to kick it. So when I was younger, even when I was like getting a name for myself as a DJ, I didn't want to DJ all the time. So sometimes I would pick and choose. I would tell people like, "Oh no, I'm busy," or "Oh no." Mm-hmm. So I would DJ once or twice a month. It was like it was good money too, but I don't know. I just didn't want to DJ all the time. You know what I'm saying? I love doing it, but it's a hassle sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like moving equipment around. And it wasn't like when I DJ at bars now where I don't have to bring anything but my computer or something. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. Yeah.
Back then, I would
have
those
huge,
big speakers behind me.
Yeah.
Behind you, so I would have to bring all
and
that
stuff.
stuff.
And then set everything up.
Yeah. And imagine DJing that at the Aragona or something like that, where you got to go upstairs, and oh man, it was a hassle. Mm-hmm. That's one of the main things. Well, everything's light now. Now everything has their smaller speakers. You have carts, and but back in the day we didn't have none of that.
Yeah.
I would just have my friends, hey, come help me, blah blah blah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, did I imagine myself doing it? I imagined myself. I just didn't know it would happen. But like I said, I didn't start going hard, like DJing every weekend type thing till I had an art gallery, and the art gallery was expensive, you know what I'm saying? Like rent and just doing shows and just in general, just a lot of shit we were throwing and investing into it. So I started DJing every weekend just to cover costs, and so that was in 2015. I didn't want to have to use my work money and spend it all on the gallery. Okay. So I just started DJing every weekend more, so I still have money for me. And so in 2015, I DJ'd at District, and that's how I started going crazy, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. How do you get promoted? I mean, I know everyone like knows you, but how? Because I remember like I'm always referencing back to my uncle because that's what I know. But so I remember he would do like mixtapes, and they had the flyers, and there was just all kinds of stuff like that. How is that going for you now, and to get your name out and to get gigs and all that stuff?
Yeah, It's just a lot of promotion as far as like
just social media, like posting stuff.
Yeah, luckily I'm in the era of social media. So in 2015, that's when did social media really boom? Like after 2010, 11, 12.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
Well, I guess it depends what we're.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Twitter guy at all, and I've had Twitter forever. I just never post on there.
So you're mainly like posting on Facebook.
Facebook's, but Instagram for sure. Okay. Snapchat.
Are you doing this yourself, or do you have anybody else helping?
So a lot of time the flyers are made by my homie Balta Ramirez, DJ Artista. He's like he makes flyers, he makes videos, and stuff like that. So I guess you could say those flyers and videos and all that stuff helped a lot in my promotion to make me look bigger than I was. You know what I'm saying? As far as like
more professional.
Yeah, more professional. When you see somebody on a flyer, you're like, okay, who's this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then just seeing them every week, oh, Rick Monsta's here, Rick Monsta's there. That's what really helped me. You know what I mean? And then, like, I don't like to say that I'm like, I'm what does Kevin Hart say? I'm a lab ass dude.
Yeah.
A local ass, local ass bitch. You know what I mean? Everybody knows me from here, but it doesn't take much. It's a town of 150,000 people, but you know what I'm saying. But everybody knows me. Some people know me as Rick Monsta. That's another funny thing. Some people know me as Rick Monsta. The young kids know me as Rick Monsta.
Okay.
Because they don't, and it sounds weird when I walk into somewhere. They're like, "Oh, Rick Monsta, what's up?" But the real ones, the ones who know me for years, they know me as Ricky. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's so weird to me that these younger kids that have grown up and watched me DJ all these years, whatever, they'll be like, "Oh, Rick Monsta, whatever." It's funny to me.
Yeah. So, what's your specialty in music then?
Specialty? I don't have a specialty. Like, I like to play it all. I like to listen to all types of music. So, I mean, most people would say I'm more of like a hip hop, like, party DJ, but like I love playing reggaeton, like Mexican music, you know what I'm saying? I can do disco, funk, I can do freestyle, Chicago house music in general. Like I'm everywhere, you know what I mean? Yeah. R&B, like I love doing like 90s R&B type stuff. I can do it all, man. I mean, I'm not as hip to the game like these other like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I do stick to like a lot of old school stuff, just because the newer music just doesn't touch my soul. You know what I'm saying? There's no real bounce to it, in my opinion. Yeah. So like a lot of the music I play is older, depending on what kind of shows I do. If I do like an art show, I throw on like old school music. But if I'm DJing at a bar or something, I mix it up with everything. Yeah. But I mean, I don't have a specific style, and no knock to any DJs here that just play one style. Whatever they play is fine. But I want to be known as a person that if I'm DJing right here, and it's like a theme party, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have this style of music playing. If I'm DJing over here, is this? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep it the same because it sounds boring.
I'd be the same way. I mean? Yeah.
Like the same thing over and over is boring.
What do you most like if you were to say like most of your gigs that you play at? What do you tend to play the most though?
Hip hop for sure. Okay. Yeah, hip hop. But like the last 2-3 years, I've always played reggaeton. But I would only play it at Hispanic parties. Within the last couple of years, I've been mixing it in because that shit's on some real shit's like top 40 now. You know what I'm saying? Bad Bunny is undeniable.
There is.
When I knew like reggaeton was like in the mainstream is when one time I was at a bar and white girls, Asian girls, obviously Hispanic girls, they were singing Nicky Jam. They were playing the Nicky Jam with Enrique Iglesias.
What's that song called?
I forgot. But yeah, that one. I seen them singing it. Maybe because of Enrique Iglesias, like, he's more of a pop star. He's big, he's huge.
Yeah, or like the Despacito one too.
Despacito was definitely one that shot up because Justin Bieber. Yeah. So those two main songs were the ones that like brought reggaeton in the mainstream. Yeah. But yeah, once I seen that's when I realized like, okay, this is going like. And now when you hear me play, I always play mix it in with everything I play.
Yeah.
Because it's undeniable. You know
Yeah.
I don't care when nobody, like, I do remember people, like, early on, like, an older lady, I remember her coming up to me and she said something like, we're at District, she said, I came here to listen to American music. I didn't come here to listen to Mexican music. And I was about to slap this lady, you know what I'm saying? I didn't care.
Like, damn, Karen, get out of here.
For real. My boy Alex was right there. No, chill, Rick. Just don't even listen to her. She's drunk. She don't even know what the fuck she's talking about. But yeah, for the most part, my main focus when I DJ at bars is looking at the women dancing. Because once the women are dancing and they're dancing sexually, the dudes will follow no matter what. Mm-hmm. If a girl likes a song, she'll dance to it, and the dudes will follow. Mm-hmm. So I play for women. I don't play for dudes. You know what I'm saying? When dudes come, hey, play this song from this mixtape. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do play a lot of rap and shit, but I mostly play music
that's gonna get the girls to go
dance.
up there and dance and get the crowd going.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing.
So my next thing is where would you like to go further with DJing, or how do you ever see yourself?
One thing we're doing right now, me and my boy Balta is starting to bring DJs from Chicago, like well-known name DJs. Uh-huh. And we also brought some from California.
Oh, nice.
Mostly from Chicago though. But I want to be able to someday travel more to DJ and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think the way I'm going to do it is bringing in these known DJs and building relationships with them. Mm-hmm. So I'll be like, oh, I want them to hear me and be like, okay, this dude's dope, and he's doing big things over here for his city. And that's the main thing when it comes to DJing, like holding it down for your city, being one of the. I'm not the best DJ. I don't think I'm the best DJ here, but I can definitely hold my own with anybody.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's something that I want to congratulate you on, because I think you're doing a really great job.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It sounds weird. Some people come up to me, you're a legend. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, legend?
You really are. You're working your way there.
It just sounds weird to me because I'm not that type of person.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
But
I'm definitely more on the humble side.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it when people come, but I'm like one of them dudes. Like, oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
With my hand out. Yeah. Okay.
No, but you're coming off like my uncle is, or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
yeah, DJ Acid is that dude in his time for sure. When he was up there, everybody in the hood loved him. Yeah. Like, we would go to any party he was at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We heard about it. Like, oh, he's DJing at this convention. Oh, we're all going.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
But
you're definitely now that person. So
appreciate it.
Yeah.
For the Hispanic community.
Yeah.
No, but what was the question? Do I see myself?
So what do you? Yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely see
myself. I definitely see myself. I would like to go out of town and DJ and stuff. But I just want to make sure I take over Rockford first, because that's one DJ told me. He's like, man, there's so much politics, and one specific DJ in Chicago. Mm-hmm. When I told him, yeah, we want to go out there and DJ, he's like, man, there's so much competition and so much politics out there. Mm-hmm. Even if you're good, they're gonna hate on you, type of shit.
Wow.
So. And I noticed that with other, even for like when we're doing bailes, like Mexican bailes, like people who have their own little promotion companies, it's the same way. So my boy was like, man, you're better off holding it down here in your city, and then later on, if you get flown out to other places, well, that's great. But you know what I'm saying, whole Rockford down, for sure.
What would you see yourself as like, right? Because right now you're doing it at bars.
There's no real clubs here, so we just kind of find venues and throw our own parties. Like before, we would wait to get hired. Now we're
just throwing them yourself.
Doing it ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Which is dope.
Which, like District, we got hired there first, but now we're at a point where we do 2 parties there. One's called Art District, where we have people painting live on stage. Mm-hmm. And then we have another party called Ponche, which is like all Latin, like mostly reggaeton, like 90% reggaeton, but we throw in bachata in there, a little bit of cumbia, stuff like that, a little bit of Latin house. Mm-hmm. But it's mostly like reggaeton, like urbano. I don't know how you want to call it, but yeah. Then during the summer, we were doing this party at it's called Abreu, downtown, and we call it Juke, and we played in 90% like house, Chicago house and juke music. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then we have another venue. The owners of a place called Union, which is a new venue downtown. It used to be like a bingo hall, and they bought it and they renovated it. And the friends of the brother, or the guy who owns it, he knew some people I knew. They introduced us. They basically told us, hey, we're trying to get our name out there as a venue, as far as like, it's a wedding venue, you know, quinceañera or whatever you want to do there, it's available. But we're trying to get our name out there, and we would like you, the guys, throw some parties, and so people know that this is here. We're, all right, cool. So we pretty much, we know a couple people who, because it doesn't have its own bar, so we know people who, pretty much, what's it called?
They can do the bartending and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
provide the liquor.
Yeah, legally, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we got a sound system. We have our own sound, do our own lighting, and we just throw our own parties there.
Yeah,
we've thrown about 3 or 4 there. One or 2 Mexican bailes we did there, and maybe 2 or 3 like one was like all Latin party. One was like more like a hip hop party, and we're gonna do another one on Black Wednesday, which is November, I believe, 23rd or 24th. I can't remember. Whatever the Wednesday that is, before the day before Thanksgiving.
Right.
We're doing a big party there too, and we DJ at Onyx, which is out there in McChesney Park. Just different places. A place called J&K Lounge sometimes. But yeah, we just find venues and pretty much tell people what we can bring to the table. We want to know. We ask them, hey, how much you're making at the bar on average, and they tell us a number, and we'll say, okay, if we'll make double that, when we're here DJing. Yeah. And just things like that, and then show them video, show them footage of events we've done, and
right.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we.
Does it usually turn out? Most things turn out to be pretty good.
Yeah, I would say 90-95% of the time.
They meet the expectations that you guys kind of...
Yeah, sure. They definitely, like... We bring money to their establishments, you know what I'm saying?
Now I'm curious. Like, most of these places that you DJ or you throw parties or whatever, what's the, like, age range that you see people in there?
So, anywhere from 20 to 21 to 30.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel
35
like,
even,
I feel like I've gone, like, well, I haven't really gone out, but like the couple times even that I've even kind of stepped foot in or kind of peeked my head into something, I always felt like, I don't know any of these people. They're all hella young. Yeah. Like,
well, you got to realize people turn 21 every year.
Every year, yeah.
So, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You gotta realize there was kids for 2 years that were 21 that never got to party.
True.
So when they came hard, you know what I'm saying? And there's a bunch of kids that I've never seen. Yeah. The kids that I knew that were 21 are now 26 or something like that, you know what I mean? And it's just every year there's a new face, new faces. You meet new people, and you know what I'm saying? We met a lot of younger kids that are grown up now, you know what I mean, over the years.
Yeah. Who's been some of your biggest supporters in your DJ career?
My mom and dad, for sure.
Really?
For the most part, most people wouldn't think that their parents would be like super supportive. They'll be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But they see me make money, you know what I'm saying? They know I'm making money. So they're like, oh, this kid's going to be good. And especially my pops, like when I was younger, I would be playing, like I'll be DJing, just practicing. And he'll be in the living room watching novelas, and not once did he tell me to turn it down. He would tell me to turn it up. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's
even
awesome.
Loud as hell, like him trying to watch TV, and I wouldn't let him because I'm playing all this music. You would think a lot of parents, but turn that shit down. Nah, he was super supportive. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, number one. All my boys, they've always shown me love. Supportive. They've always helped me, whether it be like moving equipment. You know what I'm saying? They've been there. All the parties, like a lot of the parties, I know a lot of people, and I do have, how a lot of people, they don't have a lot of friends, or they say, oh, if you have so many friends, they're fake, or you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Yeah. I'm blessed to say that I have a shitload ton of friends that
We're
are
gonna get
my
into
boys.
We're gonna get
They're
into
like my
that.
boys.
Yeah.
And you know, you've seen us. There's
Yes.
a lot of them have kids now, and so not necessarily they can't necessarily come out like how they used to.
Everything. Yeah.
But when they do, and when they did, we came in, you know, deep as fuck. And those are my boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, before we move on to the next topic, how do you go about, like, do you still practice on your DJing skills, or
So
like?
yeah, I mean, like right here, we're in my studio, and I have a bunch of fucking equipment, and I'm always buying equipment. I don't know why I need to stop, but it gets expensive.
Yeah.
But I like. Recently, I just started practicing more. Once I got this, I've been in here 1 year, this studio.
Okay.
And I didn't have all this. I had not even half of this stuff.
Of it. Wow.
And so yeah, I'm more or less. I want to learn more how to scratch. Scratching is the sound that you know what I'm saying, that the DJs make. That's because on the party side, I'm that dude. I think.
Yeah.
I can handle my own. I'm good. But the scratching wise, that's like the next level shit. Like if you want to be a very good DJ, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you're around. Let's say I'm in a room full of DJs in Chicago, and they just start having a scratch
like a
practice.
battling. Yeah.
Just not necessarily battling, but just fucking around.
Yeah.
I want to be able to hold my own
Yeah.
in that situation. So I have your uncle come here. You know, we're here on Tuesdays practicing. He's showing me little tips and tricks and stuff like that. And yeah.
That's
so
dope.
yeah, that's.
Yeah, because I remember him used to practice all the time.
Yeah.
At the house, and yeah.
So originally I had bought a lot of equipment because I was so busy DJing to set up and break down equipment every day or every week, because I would DJ damn near every weekend. So to set up and break down and like practice, set up, practice, break down, because I got to DJ on the weekend and then come back, set it up. Shit was.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
so you had your
heavy.
practice,
yeah,
your practice equipment, and then your yeah.
In 2000, in January and February, I bought 2 sets of different equipment. A controller where it's all in one, and then I bought 2 turntables in a mix, and then I had my road equipment that I would only use on outside. So January and February of 2020, I bought that, and then March of 2020, that's when fucking the pandemic hit.
Damn.
So it was like, oh fuck, I had all this shit, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And now in 2021, end of 2021, on Halloween we moved into here pretty much November. That's when we moved into
literally
here.
About a year.
Yeah.
Now I do see Newmark and Pioneer.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yep.
What's your favorite?
When it comes to turntables, my favorite are Technique 1200s, which is my road ones, the ones I use on the road.
Oh, okay.
Those are in my truck, literally right now. And then for a mix, like the mixer, the thing that goes in the middle, my favorite is Pioneer.
Got it.
Well, right here I have Newmark mixers, I have Pioneer CDJs, I have Reloop turntables, I have Newmark turntables, and those little 2 in the back, over there on the boxes, they're little mini turntables.
Yeah.
That's just for scratching. Like you could take them, set them up. They're battery powered. You just practice whenever you want. Type of thing.
Gotcha.
That's why I bought those 2 to be able to. If I'm at work, I get practice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you ever were you ever into, or have you ever been into like the YouTube, like looking at YouTube videos to learn, or?
I constantly watch YouTube videos.
Okay.
Not just to learn like scratching or anything like that, but like new equipment that comes out. If I want to learn about it,
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you even? I don't know any, but.
So I would go to YouTube for everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually there's a tutorial about the equipment that comes out, how to use it, everything.
Yeah.
And if I like it, I'll get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll show you everything from front to back. I've learned so much from YouTube. I constantly watch YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm like a YouTube addict.
Me too.
I'm always.
That's my favorite social media platform.
The other day, one of my lady friends, she had her phone, and I said, look on YouTube and blah blah blah, and then I started looking on the phone, like, where's your YouTube app? She said, I don't have one. I just go on the internet and type in. I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, who doesn't have a YouTube app? And then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, maybe I'm the weird one.
I'm the same way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so jumping into the next topic, friendships. Okay. So friendships, for me, like something that about me that stands out about you is friendships, right? And because pretty much I've always seen you have a big group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, but it always seems like they've been with you for like ever almost.
The same people.
Yeah.
The same friends I've had since I was middle school, literally, are all the same people.
Yeah.
There's a couple here here and there on the that I picked up on the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, all my friends are the same friends I've had for years.
So how have you been able to maintain that group of friends for so long?
How? I don't know. Just like...
Or what keeps you guys close, I guess, too?
I have friends that are cops, firefighters, gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just grew up, some went other ways, but it eventually came back or something like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know what it is about my group of friends where we're just all homies since forever. Mm-hmm. Like we go to all our family parties. We all, we don't always see each other. Like I said, everybody's grown now. Mm-hmm. Everybody has their own thing going on. But when we do get together, it's, there's like 30 of us. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. We've always been instilling like you, my boy, and you know what I'm saying.
Treat each other like family.
Yeah.
Right?
I always got mad love for all of them.
Yeah.
I know all their parents. They know me. I walk in any of their houses and they sit me down to eat there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We just always been homies. You know what I'm saying? Some of them were breakdancers like with me and stuff, or some of them were just kids right under me. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Efren, which is like 2 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. He's my brother's age. So basically, all my friends and all my brother's friends, we just kind of mixed in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People like my boy Vic, who's older, like my age. People like my boy Jamie, who's my age. Shout out to Jamie. He's got his own coffee line, Don Jose Roastery. You should hit him up.
Really? Where?
Yeah. Well, he has his own coffee line. Like he has his own coffee he sells, and he posts up at he was at Art Scene this weekend, like posted up at different places. But the coffee's pretty good.
Damn, I'm gonna have to try
he has
that.
the hot coffee, and obviously he has iced coffee too.
Oh, nice.
From Guatemala, from Mexico.
Does he have his own shop or just the coffee itself?
Right now
you could buy it from
he's just doing pop-ups, like
got it.
Different places on Don Jose Roastery. That's the name of it.
Okay.
Named after his dad. But yeah, that's another thing. A lot of my friends they inspire me, for sure.
Nice. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like my boy RickMonsta inspires me. My boy Balta inspires me. Buddha used to inspire me when he was on his picture shit, but now he's being a lame ass. I be telling him all the time. But he's a good photographer. He needs to get back on it.
Yeah.
Just my friends in general. Shout out my boy Efren.
So I think that's one of the keys is you have to be inspired by your friends.
I guess when they say kick out your friends that aren't bringing nothing good to the table. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like all my friends, we're all go getters. You know what I'm saying? We're all always trying to better ourselves. We always sit down and say, how can we make $1 million out of $10,000? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We've always wanted to hey, let's all throw in $5,000, buy this house, flip it, and you know what I'm saying? We're always trying to think of a scheme to do something.
Yeah.
We done buy lists together, you know what I'm saying? Everything imaginable I've done with these dudes.
No, that's dope. Have you had any big fallouts with any of them?
No. I mean, obviously we're like bros, so we all have had arguments.
Little arguments, but nothing big.
Nah, nothing like, I'm ashamed of you, I can't talk to you no more type shit. Nah. We're men, you know what I'm saying? We all fuck up. Players fuck up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So,
yep.
That's just how we are.
If your friends had to describe you with one word or one sentence as you apart from everyone else in the group, what do you think they would say about you?
I don't know. I always think...
what are you known for the most compared to everyone else?
What am I known for the most? I think I'm the dad of the group almost sometimes. I'm always worried about stuff
Are
that
you chill?
happens.
Are you cool? Like,
yeah, no, I'm just like, you know, I'm very like, I don't like people fucking with my friends, you know what I mean? Like,
protective.
yeah, I'm protective over them for sure. Like, I'll ride for, you know. If anything ever happened, like if I'm there and somebody starts talking shit or talking, you know, when you're drinking, you're out at a bar, you're somewhere. A lot of the times that attracts a lot of dumb shit. Mm-hmm. So if I'm there and you know, I'll be the first one to jump for my boys. Like I'll start slapping people. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's just how I grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would think that of me or anything like that. But I don't know. I really don't know. I've always thought, what do these motherfuckers think about me when I'm not around?
But that's true. You do give me that like very protective vibe.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
if
always,
I know, like even when I was younger and I would go to like anywhere, I always had like a low key like I'm safe.
Yeah.
Because you were there.
Well, you know what? It's because you're so quiet.
Yeah.
I'm always like, are you good? You need something? Hey, what's up? You're all right? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And your pops would always tell me too, is hey, if she's gonna be around her, make sure she's good. I'm like, I got you. I'm sure.
Yeah.
He said that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, some of my friends are dogs. So he's like, no lo dejes con este cabrón. And I was like, he wouldn't say all that, but he'll be like, hey, just take care of her when you're around. I'm like, I got you, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'm like the dad.
Yeah, I can see that. So tell me something that people don't know about Ricky. Just the guy that outside of DJing and be dancing and all this other stuff.
Something people don't know about me. That's a good question. I don't know if it's something I could read a room really good.
Okay.
Well, once I come into something in a room, I guess that's part of DJing too.
Yeah.
When you're DJing, you look at a room and you kind of figure out by the look of the crowd what you got to play. Mm-hmm. So when I'm in anywhere and I could read who's uncomfortable, I could listen really well to people and, you know what I'm saying, I guess cheer them up. A lot of, like, I had a lot of homies always call me, or girls, like a lot of girls call me and, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And before when I was younger, I would be like, oh, you know what, you should do this, or, you know, give advice, or blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And I'm a good listener.
Yeah.
For sure. And I could always tell when somebody's not feeling well or isn't in the right mood, and I always go out of my way to cheer people up. Mm-hmm. I think that's one thing about me.
Yeah. That people might not know.
Like joking around, say little things here and there. I think I'm a comedian, number one.
You really are. No. I be dead ass laughing all the time.
I don't know. It just comes to me. My family's funny as fuck too. I think I got it from them. Yeah. My mom's hilarious.
Yeah, she is.
And that's where my brother's a liar. Like he's always like cracking jokes and just saying random shit.
But you guys are hilarious. Like both
when we're together, we talk all types of crazy shit. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm a comedian. Yeah. Nobody knows.
Yep. Nobody knows. All right. So tell me what's upcoming for you. You mentioned the art gallery, which we didn't even really talk about because I guess I don't really know too much about that. So
that I had art gallery.
Yeah, like how'd that? Or share a little bit about that.
So in the end of 2014, we had an art gallery. Well, we had a place that we wanted to. Me and my friend Efren, my friend Balta. We rented a spot out and we gutted it and turned it into art gallery. Mm-hmm. And
where's the art coming from?
We had different people that would show monthly there, and then at one point we would have that's where the whole art district thing came from. So we would have a show at our art gallery, and the person who was showing would go to art district and they would paint live on stage. So that's the original thing about art district. That's how we started. Mm-hmm. So I've always liked art. You know, I'm not an artist per se as a visual painting artist or anything like that, but I consider myself an artist, DJ, musical wise. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm really into different kinds of music and stuff like that. So I consider myself a curator of music. Yeah. You know I definitely agree. Yeah. A vibe setter. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah. And and I'm a lefty, so they say lefties are artists.
You're a lefty?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, the art gallery. We only had it for a year because we would party there, and at the end we just went too crazy and they kicked us out, whatever.
Oh damn.
But it was dope when we had it. You know what I'm saying? We met a lot of people, and like I said, that's pretty much what got me into DJing harder. You know what I'm saying? People knew who I was before, but people definitely knew more of me when I started DJing, like at District and different RBI and all these different spots, whatever. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I got better over time as a DJ. But yeah, the art gallery, and then we would DJ at the art gallery too. We would have these parties, showings of art. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And we would DJ there, and it was dope. Shout out to Javi and Fatherless. It's like a artist group that they do their own art, and we also had our own clothing line, like we our KFD clothing line, which is still going on. But Balta's still pushing that. He's still doing his thing. I think it's about to be a 10-year anniversary in the next couple months.
Wow.
So he's had that. Yeah.
Wow, that's dope.
So yeah, we had our own. He still has it. The printing screen press. Like we would print like labels and stuff on shirts and. He still did that? Yeah, he still does.
Well, because he still has his clothes.
Yeah. So we printed out our own shit. You know what I mean? Pants, shorts. You know what I'm saying? Female clothes, kids clothes. We did a lot of. We've done a lot of shows with that. And but before that, what really got me into art too was going to art scene, which just happened this weekend. It's been, I don't know how long art scene's been going on. I want to say 70s or 80s. I don't know.
Really?
So it's just a huge art showing galleries all throughout downtown. You know what I mean? I don't know if you got to go to any.
I have not before, and my intention was to go this past weekend, but I had to do some other stuff that I didn't, and I was so disappointed because I wanted to go. Yeah.
It's dope, man. There's so many hidden places I didn't know about. Like, just walking through these places, I'm like, damn, I never even knew this was here. Above, I think it's Benny's, what the hell is it called? Benny's, where they wash your clothes. How do you call it? Where they wash your clothes?
Laundromat?
Yeah, it was like a dry cleaners.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it's Benny's Dry Cleaners. I'm like, I forgot the name. It's downtown. And I walked up there, not this time, but years ago, and walked through it. I was like, wow, this is crazy dope, man. I had no idea this was here.
Wow.
And Rockford is full of artists, dude. Like, they're full of dope artists. Like, you wouldn't think that this was going on. It's almost underground. If you don't know, like, you don't know.
Well, I'm finding out a lot of stuff. So yeah.
There's a lot of dope people here in Rockford. It's just, people give it a bad name, but if you're not doing nothing to make it better, I think people just shut up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you're not making it. Like, we're doing the party scene, and people always complain that there's nothing going on, but we always got something going on.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We always used to throw art galleries. We always used to throw breakdance competitions. We always would do, different shit.
You guys are trying to make Rockford better.
Yeah. I mean, that was my main thing. Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to drive 90 miles and just go to a party or a baile or whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of that shit's going on
Especially
now.
right now.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time or gas money.
Yeah, fuck that. And the Chicago price is crazy.
Yeah, for real.
I'd rather pay Rockford price.
I'm good. It's a hassle. So okay. So then, what else other stuff I guess do you have going on, or?
As far as.
Just anything.
Okay, so
any goals or?
Yeah, I have some merch coming out soon for my like RickMonsta, my brand or whatever.
Okay.
So I have some merch coming out, some shirts, some hoodies, some hats.
I'm gonna have to give me some.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be just check on RickMonsta.com. I'll be putting stuff up there soon. I just, what I'm saying, I'm just trying to do my best and DJ out here as much as I can. Sorry to the people that I've had to say no to in the last couple months because I just been getting booked like crazy.
That's what I was say. Are you like really overbooked? How far out?
I'm pretty booked. I'm booked for sure for the rest of the year. Next year I have like 3, maybe 2 quinceañeras and 1 wedding. I try to for weddings and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I try to keep it to 3 or 4 a year. You know what I'm saying? The max, because then again, that it's good money, but at the same time, it's a hassle too.
Is it?
So I'd rather DJ at a bar where I only have to do 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and let's go.
Yeah.
And get paid good.
Yeah.
My thing is just pushing the Rockford DJ culture forward.
Well, yeah, because it sounds like you're trying to bring in Chicago DJs.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah, for sure. I just want, just in general, I just want people to know that, there's DJs out here that get down, that get busy. There's old school DJs here that still get down. Shout out to Vic, shout out to DJ Loco, the whole House Brotherhood crew. There's a bunch of DJs out here, and the newer guys. I try to put everybody on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not in competition with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just try to show them mad love.
Yeah.
A lot of these DJs out here, it's always a competition. It's always, is he better than me, or is it blah blah blah? Well, fuck it. I mean, let's all work together and get money. That's my main thing.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about if anybody's hating on me or doing more than me.
Yeah.
Or shit, this guy, you know what I'm saying? He's coming up. I want you to come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my main thing. I never want to be that person to deny somebody just because they're good.
That's good.
Or even if they suck, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell them, hey, keep practicing, keep doing your thing, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You'll get there one day, because I was there at one point. I sucked at one point. So we all come from somewhere.
Yeah.
What about you? What are your plans for this podcast?
Oh, man. Well, I don't really know. I mean, I know I'd love to have a studio and be able to, as far as podcast goes, be able to continue to do more. I have certain people who I'd love to get on and talk to. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like a goal, whether it's in person or through, Zoom and having a nice setup. I'd love to do video formatting.
Yeah.
So having that. And then just, getting a whole bunch of people. I love talking to everyone. And
So what I know about you, because, we're family, right? Mm-hmm. So I think when you're in front of people, it's harder for you to open up, because you're really maybe now you changed, but when we were younger, you're really shy and timid, and you know what I'm saying, you didn't talk much unless you were talked to.
Yeah.
I think this is your way of talking to people, a way
trying
of opening up.
Yeah, and I have been that way, and I still can be, but I'm trying to put myself out there, because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, and I can't just let my shyness or whatever to stop me from doing it.
I think sometimes you just have to say fuck it and do it. 99% of the time, I would used to give what would you say, when somebody asks you to do something and you just say, oh, I gotta do this, what's it called, excuses.
Okay.
I always used to give myself excuses when DJing, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want to party. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give an excuse to somebody so I don't have to do this. You know what I mean? A lot of times, 99% of the times, an excuse always comes in my head before I do anything. And I just say, man, what the fuck am I talking? I'm just going to do it. And then I do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to, a lot. And then
you got that impulse.
Yeah. And a lot of times if I don't like doing it, I just do it right away. That way I get it over with. Like when I was in school, like in college or even high school, whatever, when we would do reports and you have to talk in front of people, I hated doing it so much that I would be the first one to do it, just so I could get it over with. It's like, anybody want to vote? Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah.
That way,
that's a good point.
So many people go ahead of you, and then they start setting the bar high on doing shit. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh fuck, I gotta go after this guy. I'm like, oh, well, I'll just go first. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's how I always think about it. If there's something I don't want to do, I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
That way to get it over with.
Yeah.
That's just how I think.
Yeah. And that's how I'm seeing this too, where it's like I have goals that I want to work to. It's like, this is how I want to be, and this is how I want to throw out the questions like this. And I don't, there's a certain vision that I have in my head, and but I'm not setting myself like I know that I have to take the steps in order to get there. Like if I don't start, so yeah,
podcasting is the future. It's the now. You know what I'm saying? It's the wave now.
Yeah.
Like
I love it. So I love watching it, whether it's on YouTube,
Yeah.
because for the ones that have the videos, but then also watching or listening to the ones that are just on the audio.
Like, I always wanted to be also a radio DJ. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my goals when I was younger. But at some point, I found podcasts, and I was like, this is almost the same thing, and you could upload your own shit at your own time whenever you want.
Yeah.
And I could talk my own, shit, whatever I want to say.
Right.
So that's kind of like podcasts are now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't realize that, I'm at work, and I don't want to hear, like, I'm a DJ, so I don't want to hear music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
I'm the same way. I don't always want to hear music.
I don't always want to. Yeah, exactly. I don't always want to hear music. I'd rather listen to somebody talk and learn something that I didn't know before.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be any you know what I'm saying? I listen to all types of podcasts. Mm-hmm. But whether it be a history podcast or just learning in general, that's the future, and I think that's what people like.
Yep.
Not everybody's into it, because sometimes I'd be like, oh, listen to this, and I'll send it. Did you listen to it? No, I didn't listen to it. But because I have a lot of time at work where I have my headphones are always on at work.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a machine, and I'm just listening in the background to it, and I don't know, that's just me.
I do the same thing at work too. So
I don't have anybody to talk to while I'm working.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I got to do at work, and that's why I zone out.
Yeah, when I'm getting ready in the mornings and getting my hair done and all that, I do the same things. So Ricky, it was nice to have you on the show, and I really appreciate. Yeah, it was good times and got to learn a lot, and so thank you.
It was dope, man. Thank you for having me on. And much love.
Much love. All right, guys.
Peace.